Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm breaking down what I believe is the most complete and connected theory about how Stranger Things Season 5 is building toward the final showdown. This pulls together the show, the new season, the first shadow play, and all the repeating patterns the Duffers have used for years. So let's dive in from the very beginning and build the full picture. One. Henry Creel. Why he wasn't born evil. The key to the entire story is understanding that Henry was not born evil. In the first shadow play, Henry is portrayed as a strange but harmless kid until the cave incident. When the experimental equipment malfunctions, he's pulled into Dimension X. That is the exact moment he's exposed to raw Dimension X energy and Mind Flayer particles. And we know what those particles do. In Season 2, once Will is possessed, he instantly becomes colder, crueler, and completely unlike himself. The Mind Flayer doesn't just control your body, it rewrites your emotions and worldview. This means when Henry returned from Dimension X, he came back altered. His obsession with domination and reshaping reality, those are Dimension X values, not his own. Henry wasn't born a monster, he was corrupted. 2. The Cave. Vecna's fear, Season 5 shows Vecna refusing to enter the same cave where young Henry first made contact with Dimension X. That fear is not random, it's trauma. Somewhere inside Vecna, Henry still exists, and that memory, being consumed by something ancient, is still terrifying. And the fact that Vecna avoids a place tied to Dimension X suggests he isn't the top villain. There is something older and more dangerous waiting on the other side. This aligns with the idea of a primordial creature, possibly the Thessal Hydra, being the true final antagonist. 3. Will Byers, the hidden psychic powerhouse. Season 5 finally confirms what fans suspected for years. Will has powers. Real powers. When he kills Demogorgons through telekinesis, his nose bleeds, exactly like Henry, 11, and the other lab kids. But Will's power source is unique. He draws his strength through the hive mind itself. He is connected to the same neural network Vecna uses, but from the inside. This makes Will the perfect internal counterweight to Vecna during the final battle. While 11 fights on the outside, Will fights inside the hive. 4. Kaylee's return and why it matters. Bringing back Kaylee. 8 was not nostalgia. Her illusion abilities may be the only psychic weapon that can confuse Vecna or shield the group from the Dimension X entity. She is the missing link between 11's brute psychic force and Will's hive connection. 5. The kidnapped children. Vecna holding 12 children in his lair is not symbolic. It's strategic. Children have the strongest psychic sensitivity. Vecna is using them as amplifiers. Their combined energy is the engine that powers the wormhole he's trying to open. 12 psychic nodes arranged ritualistically, feeding Dimension X energy directly into the Upside Down. 6. The fleshy wall and the wormhole. Theory: Dustin's discovery of the circular fleshy wall surrounding Hawkins changes everything. The center of the circle is Hawkins' lab, the original accident point from 1979. The Upside Down isn't a true world. It's a frozen snapshot, a buffer, a tunnel. Then Will redraws Vecna's lair, and it mirrors the wormhole diagram from the science class. The Duffers are not subtle here. The membrane exists to stop Dimension X from leaking fully into our reality. Vecna wants to break it. 7. The plan. Opening the full wormhole. Vecna doesn't want a small portal. He wants a direct bridge. Dimension X, to the Rightside Up with no barrier. With the 12 children amplifying him, tearing the membrane becomes possible. And behind that membrane is the real villain, waiting to enter our world. Episode by episode, toward the final battle. Episode 5, Shock Jock. The group uses the massive radio wave not for communication, but to weaken the membrane. Inside Hawkins' lab, they find files hinting that Dimension X has always been the true origin. The wall weakens, but does not break. Episode 6, Escape from Camazotz. Max and Holly navigate Vecna's psychic realm, inspired by A Wrinkle in Time. Their escape drains Vecna's mental energy, slowing his ritual and giving the group time. Episode 7, The Bridge. This is where the wormhole begins tearing open. Will clashes with Vecna inside the hive. 11 fights on the outside, the membrane collapses, and the silhouette of the ancient creature emerges. Episode 8, The Rightside Up. The final battle is in our world. Dimension X spills into Hawkins. Vecna enters the Rightside Up, the 12 children fueling him. The creature behind him, the true evil, begins to emerge. 11 attacks physically. Will attacks psychically. Kaylee disrupts the illusions. Holly keeps Max grounded. And the greatest twist, Vecna realizes he was never the master, only the door. His fear returns. Henry resurfaces, and he may even turn against the greater evil in the final moments. The wormhole collapses. The Upside Down dies. And the final chapter ends exactly where it began, in the Rightside Up.